Hello. Hey, hi everyone. So, shall we start? Hi, Arush. Yep. Right. So I will start with quick, a round of revision, like what all we covered up yesterday. Right. So if I would like to understand, right, so we were trying to talk about the different components, that we have of the Tableau, right? Like Tableau desktop, Tableau public, right? Tableau server, on-premises, Tableau reader. Okay, then we are trying to understand with the interface, like how the Tableau works, and we had loaded it from CSV file, and we were trying to create some charts by understanding, right, how the Tableau splits or assigns the data type to each column, how it breaks the data into dimensions and measures. So those were the things, that we had discussed up. Okay. So, Kaushik, I'll just open it up. But these names, that are coming up over here right now, Kaushik, on your chart. So these are right now not giving me any information, Richard, Susan, not. So I can see, okay, these are the representatives that were working, but I cannot see because see, technically what you could have done is you could have kept region on the color so that I can get to know that, okay, this is central, this is east, and this is west. Okay. Yep, this is fine. Yep, perfect. Yep, rest is fine. Yep. Right. So today, what we do over here is, okay, yep. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to take the things forward, and we are going to do a lot more, detailed analysis today. So any question, anyone, before I take off the things from here? Right. So I will request you all to, please come to Google Drive, and you all have to download a data set that is the sample superstore. So this is the one I would like you all to download. So it's an Excel file, the sample superstore. If you cannot, please download it up. One is sample superstore new region. So you have to download the sample superstore one. Okay. Please download. Yep, I'm just sharing that link. File is the sample superstore one dot XLSX. Are you able to download it, the file? Okay. See now, in this Excel file, what we have is you will see there are three sheets basically. One is orders, returns, and people. So right now we are going to start off with the orders sheet, right? So we start with the orders one. So in the order sheet, what you have is you have the information of all the order IDs, right? Like it's the kind of a data that gets generated like when we do some shopping from some online store, right? So that is the kind of data that you're going to find in this. So you will see that, it is given to us over here that this was an order ID that was sold on this date it was sold. When was that order shipped? What was the shipping mode? Right? Who was the customer, right? Customer ID, customer name, segment, country, city, and state is given to me, right? And they have given to us, right, what was the postal code from where this product was ordered, right? What was the region, and what was the product that was purchased in it, right? So for each product, it's also given to me, right, the category and the subcategory, and what was the sales amount, quantity, and was there any discount, and what was the profit that the store made, on by selling that order. So this is the information that we have in this, and we have good amount of rows. So we have almost like we have 10,000 rows of data, right? 9995 that we can see over here. So what we do now is we all will come to the Tableau, and we will first of all bring this data of orders in this. So let's start with that, right? So if you now come to if you all please open up your Tableau now, right? So this time, like we have the source as Excel. So you have to click on Microsoft Excel and take that file up. Sorry, Ankit, I didn't get a point. This data is customer and date-wise profit. So there is a lot of data in this. So we have customer information, the location information also, category, subcategory, segment. So we have a lot of information in this data set. Okay. So right now, so you can see now when I got connected to this Excel, right? So in this Excel file, there were three sheets: orders, returns, and people. So the moment you all make a connection, you all will see that on the left-hand side, all the three sheets that we had in Excel, they are visible to us. Right now, see, this is source, right? This is the source, and Excel file is the source, and in that Excel file, there are three sheets. So now Tableau cannot understand like which sheet the user will be using. So it gives you all the three sheet names over here. So what we need to do is we just have to drag the sheet orders on this, right? So what you do is you have to pick up the sheet of orders and drag it over here, and you will see all the data that we had in the Tableau that will be loaded, right? So like we did it yesterday. So when we had brought the data of yesterday, when we brought the data of CSV, so we were able to see the data right over here, because in CSV what happened is there is only one sheet, there is only one CSV file that you have. So the data gets automatically loaded. But in the Excel, what we have is we have three sheets in this. So this sheet, the one that we want to use, you just have to drag and drop that sheet over here. Right? So all of you please do it. So GP Kolekar, were you there in the yesterday's session? To scroll down, you will, you're referring to these rows, you can use this mouse of yours. So what you need to do is you have to scroll on the right side, So that is one thing you can do, scrolling left and right, and you can scroll it down by your just this over here from your mouse pad. Okay, you will be able to see all that data. I'll repeat it. What we have done is, uh, have you all connected to the Excel? First of all, what you do is you click on Microsoft Excel and select that file. Okay. Then you have to drag the orders over here. Okay. So now, are you all able to bring this data up? So Kasturi, see what happened is there are XCS text file is a different file source, right? So the file that we used yesterday, so that was basically a CSV file, right? This file that we had used. So if I right click over here and I show the properties of this, so this was basically, sorry, right? So the CSV file. So CSV, or CSV stands for comma separated value file. So they are basically text files. And right now what we are doing is we are using a file. So this is a different file now. So that's why we have to use Excel as a data source option, that we are telling that we have to load the data from an Excel file. So that is how we decide text or an Excel. Excel. So Shiny, I hope you have chosen the option of Microsoft Excel when you're trying to load the data. So GB Collector, have you downloaded Tableu on your system? Do you have the Tableu on your machine? Okay. So see, first of all, do this step. Go on this link. See, I'm putting this link on the chat. So over here, what you have to do is GB Collector, you have to, on this link, you have to come up and you have to click on download the app. Okay, so when you click on download the app, so from here you have to download this app. Just fill your information, the application will get downloaded, install it. So that is how you will get the Tableau on your system. So just putting the link again, go on this, download. Shiny, you are saying Tableau is there, right? So when you have opened that, right? Yep, Shiny. So on the data source, right? On the data source, which option you are picking from here? Which option have you clicked on this when you were trying to load data? Yep, Shiny. Can you share? So signing is not required right away. Can you share your screen once? I'll just quickly present. You can please make the you can share, please share your screen.
Hello.
Yes, please.
I again opened this Tableu, and I am trying to do the Excel now. I mean the one which you showed me. But the problem is when I was trying to save, it is asking me to sign in, and when I sign in, it is showing me an error. So I'm still yesterday again I was stuck there only. It's not again I'm doing the same thing.
Can you share your screen once?
Just a sec. How do I do that?
So on the top left, you will be getting an option of quick start in the
Okay.
blue color. Yep. So
Okay.
click on that.
Okay.
Right. So click on Excel.
Okay.
So have you downloaded that file?
I need to check that. I need to check that again. I had downloaded yesterday, so it was there yesterday download, right?
No, no. Today I have asked you one more file and to download sample superstore from the Google Drive link.
Okay.
So you have to go to the.
Yes. In that case, I will do that. In that case, I'll do that. And
Uh-huh.
I know that how I should be doing. Like I should go to the Microsoft Excel and I should download the file. I know all that steps and process.
Mm-hmm. So
So
what?
so I was just stuck only on the sign in part. So once all the step is or process is done, when I try to sign in and when I try to save, it was not accepting. That was my query.
So can you click on the file option on the top left? Click on file
The okay,
and click on open from Tableau Public.
okay.
So did you create an account yesterday?
Yes, I did.
Yep. Can you please log in that?
The password which I created yesterday, I don't know what happened. It's not taking.
Because something is either password is wrong.
Um, so I did the other way to down to just change the password, but that was also not taking. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what happened. So this is the error which is showing because it is not even taking my Gmail ID as well.
So 1 second, because I server are working, so I did that.
So should I uninstall and reinstall this? Will that work?
1 second, I'll just.
Yeah.
Server is working. Because these things are working for me. So you can what you can do is you can go to the website once again.
I think I'll do that again. I'll create once again the account. I'll uninstall and reinstall. I'll do the process again.
No, you don't have to. These you don't have, installation is done. So Tableau
Yeah.
is working on it, right? So
Yes,
basically,
yes.
so you have to open the website, close the.
Okay.
So open the Google Chrome. Have you stopped sharing?
Yes, yes. I did stop sharing. Yeah. So I'll do that process. I'll again sign in, right? I just have to sign in again, and I'll do that.
Sign sign up.
Yeah,
Have
sign
you
up.
sign up
Yeah.
again?
Yes, yes.
Can you please bring me the presenter? If you can pass the.
How do I do that?
So just right click on my name. This you will see simply one, yeah, and just make the enter, right, change role to presenter.
Like where would that be? Again to file, quick start.
Yeah. Participants list on the right side where you see simply learn get certified. So right click on that
Yes.
and role to presenter. So right click and you will get a function of change role. The first option.
Can the
So see, you will be seeing. Do you see on the right side the participant list?
yes, I do. I see that.
Can you give me some names that you see?
Like Abigail.
So above that, do you see panelists? Three panelists.
Yes.
The first one you see simply learn get certified.
Yes.
Right click on that.
Okay. Assign role to change role. Yeah.
Change
Presenter.
role to, yeah.
Sorry. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the role has changed.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
So everyone, do you have this data now in the Tableau, everyone? So Shiny, you can probably first bring the data and you can create the account in a little later while so that you can do the things with me together. So from that the Google Drive link, just download that file sample superstore and bring this data up. Okay. So now once we see, right, once the data gets loaded, right? So you will see data types will be assigned to each of the columns. Okay, so like I think there was someone was asking a question over here, right? Like not able to scroll down. See, what you do is on your touchpad, right? On your touchpad, if you play with the two fingers, right, you just do that up the mouse pad. So you will be able to see all the rows, they will keep scrolling up like this. Right? So that is how you will be able to scroll it down. Right? On your mouse pad, keep your two fingers and take your two fingers up, scroll them up. So that is how the data will move up and down. You take it up, it goes up. You take it down, it comes down. Okay. Right. So now over here, right? So what do you mean by this? Right? What is the meaning? So Kasturi, there is no option. Actually, it is already there with you. You have the mouse pad, right? So you're using a laptop or a desktop. Yep, I am with you.
Yeah, good morning, sir. So, like as you said, the option to scroll up and down is not working actually in my laptop. So, can we scroll with these arrow buttons?
No, you don't get these arrows over here. Basically, you are looking for this over here. So this arrow is one thing that if you come over here, so it will not take you down. But with the mouse pad, if you just do it, it does that. So it works with that mouse pad one.
So, actually, mouse pad option is not available for me. That's the reason I'm facing this issue.
No, no, mouse pad so you must be having na, like on your laptop.
No, actually, I'm not having that option.
So then how do you do up and down?
Can we connect? That will be working
Touchpad.
with.
I'm
Yeah.
basically saying touchpad. Touchpad you have it, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah, understood. While we can use the two fingers to drag up and down, side, up, right, and left, right? So that I know, but currently that option is not available. Like I'm unable to do with my laptop that thing. So that's the reason I'm facing this. You get it right?
So, so maybe so see in that case, what you can do is if you want to still see the data, so what you can do is you can come to the sheet one. You can try to view data, right? So that way you will be able to see the data again from here. You can see the data
Okay,
over
okay,
here.
okay, okay. So right click in the sheet and I can just do the
View
view.
data.
And one more thing,
Correct.
sir, like when how can we see like as I can see that in the top, like in the bottom, we can see that we are logged in, right? It is showing with our name.
Mhm.
So if you have to log out or log in, how we can do that? This system.
From here you can log out that
Yeah, from here we can log out, and from same place we can log in, right?
for login.
Yeah, for login.
The file. Yeah. For file you can find and you will say open from Tableau public. So it will ask for a
Okay.
sign.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So now what we do over here is you will all see, right? Like we have this, the data types that are assigned. Now in this data, you all will see two new type of data types. Not two, I will say one new type of data type. And that data type is, I see already globe symbol coming up on this. So that means now Tableau is reading this data as geographical. Now, geographical means, now you will be able to create some interesting map by using this data over here, right? That is what the benefit of, this geographical data is. So now with that, we all click on one. This is where what we do is we start creating visualizations. Okay. So what we do is the first, the visualization that we create over here is this is something you all have to create, and you have to create a chart to show sales by subcategory, right? So we would like to see how much sale, happened by subcategory now. Can you all create a chart? So you have to click on sheet one, Ankit. So you on this over here, you have to click on this sheet. Okay. So we create a chart to show. So all is my voice audible to all of you? Okay. Let me just check. Just give me a moment, please. Okay, so I've checked my, I've changed my network. Do let me know if there is still a problem. I hope this is fine now. Okay, right. So what we do is we have to create the first chart that is sales by subcategory. So what we do now is we pick up the subcategory, right? Pick up the field of subcategory and drag it into the columns, right? And then what we do is we pick up the field of sales and we put it into the rows. So that is going to give you a chart where we will be able to see the sales by subcategory. Okay. And you can sort this data by clicking on the left hand side. Okay. So now what we do is we are going to create the next chart. So please click on this icon over here at the bottom. And this time what we do is we add a new sheet in this, right? So please click on this and we will be adding a new sheet to it. So now what we do over here is we are going to do a time series analysis. So in the time series analysis, what we would like to do is we would like to understand that how the sales happened over the period of time, right? How the sales happened over a period of time, because see, every business wants to understand that okay, over the period of years, were their sales increasing, their sales were decreasing, the sales were stagnant. So every business wants to do that. So what we will be doing over here right now is, see, we pick up the field of order date. Okay, see, because now date is the field on the basis of which I can calculate the sales, how the sales were changing over a period of time. So I will just open up a notepad as well, right? Sales by time period. So whenever we talk about sales by time period, right? So what we do is we actually uh, create a line chart in that. The line chart is something that we always use in order to show a time series analysis. And you will see over here that since I am going to use a date field, Tableu will automatically create a line chart for me. So for example, if you come and you pick up the field of order date. Okay, so if you come over here right now and you pick up the field of order date, put that into the columns, pick up the field of sales and put it into the rows. And you will see a line chart is created for you. Okay, so please do it. So Swaroop, I think you are trying to connect to that. You are using the data source as text file. You don't have to use the data source as text file. You have to use the data source as Excel, Microsoft Excel, and then you connect to that Excel file. Then it will get connected. So Kaushik, are you typing this out? Year of order date? You just have to find this column of order date and you have to drag it. It will automatically pick that up. Right? So you have to pick up the order date and drag it over here. Okay. So now, see, when this chart is created at the yearly level, right? But if you want to show this analysis on a monthly level or a quarterly level, you can do that as well. If you right click on this year, right, where you see this year is dragged, if you right click on this, you will find you can change this chart to the year, quarter, month, all the different levels that you have. So see, you will see year, quarter, month coming over here, year, quarter, month coming over here. So please select the quarter from here, not the above one, select the below one, this quarter. I'll tell you why and where to use the above quarter. So first you select the quarter from here, and you will see the chart will change to a quarterly level. Okay, so you will see the chart has changed now. Done, everyone? So Deepak, how can we shift to bar chart again for time? So you can do that. You can click on the show me over here, right? You have this bar chart. You can show this way, right? So basically you have to, but we do not do that, right? We never show, the lines, the time series chart into this. Okay. So Nancy, I have right clicked on this field name where you see the field name, right? So over here on this. So what I did was I right clicked over here to change it to that. So if you want to, Tushar, if you want to change the color, right, you click on colors and you can change the color from here, right? The same options that we did yesterday. So the chart will come like this, right? So the chart will come at this yearly level, something like this. This is something that you see, Ramesh? Right? So you can right click on this and you just select the quarter from here, the below box, this quarter. So this will change the chart to the quarter level. Okay. And if you right click on this and you say that you want to change it to the month level, right? You select the month from below, the chart will change to the month level over here. Okay. Perfect. See, now what we would like to do is, like on this chart, right? Yes, so that is, because this field label will change to blue to green. This is because of the dimensions and measures we discussed. Right? We discussed, right, dimensions are in blue color and measures are in green color. So that is what I will show you the next part. You will see the color will, how, why, and that color is changing it up. So everyone see, watch on my screen for a moment now. Okay, like when I selected the month from here, so what has happened is I can see the analysis that, okay, the sale in the month of Jan, Feb, March, April, May, June is something coming like this. Okay. But if I select the month from the above box, right? If I would have selected the month from here, okay. So let's do that. If you select the month from here, now you will see you get a little kind of a different chart, right? So everyone, see, I will again, request. So right now, please, you can, stop the questions for now, right? I'll give you all the time to ask the questions. Otherwise, what will happen is you will all miss the concept. 99% of the questions will get automatically answered right before asking for that as well, right? Because I will be going in a sequential way. So you can park the questions. Once I say that the topic is done, then you come with the questions and then you ask that, okay, if something goes unanswered, right? So that way it will help all of you. Okay. So now if you see over here right now on this chart, right? So when I change this month over here, right, the first one. So now you will see the chart is very different on this, right? So you can see I see only Jan, Feb, March, April, right? Like when I was selecting the month from here, the below one, I was getting a chart where I could see Jan 2014, Feb 2014, and likewise. So now you know what Tableau also does is Tableau actually shows you a small message at the bottom left corner, right? If you will take a look on this corner right now, it says 48 marks. 48 marks means that there are 48 points that the Tableau has plotted, right? How Tableau 48 points? Because we have 4 years of data and we have 12 months, right? 4 into 12, that's going to give me 48, right? I will get the 48 over here. So those 48 points are plotted on this. Likewise, say suppose, if I right click and I select the year from here, because we have 4 years of data, so there are 4 points on this, and you all will see that I get a marks, 4 marks. That means there are 4 points on this chart. So now what is happening is when I'm selecting the month from here, right? When I select the month from here, so I get only 12 marks, right? This is Jan, this is Feb, this is March, April, likewise, right? So I get only 12 points on this chart. So what has changed? What has happened? So basically, when you are selecting the month from here, right, you will see the color. This is because if you all remember yesterday we discussed dimensions are in blue color and measures are in green color, right? So you will notice. So see, sum of sales will always be green, right? Because this is a measure. But what has happened on the date field is when I'm choosing the month from here, so Tableau is considering month as a category. It is assuming category January is one category, Feb is second, and likewise. So right now, what we see in the chart is we can see this is the total sales of Jan, total sale of Feb. So total sale of when I say total sale of Jan, that means January of all the years, right? This is February of all the years, March of all the years, right? So it is adding up the sales of all the years for these months that we have, right? Jan of all the years, Feb of all the years, and likewise. Does that make sense to all of you? So what's happening in this? Jan of all the years, Feb, and so it's adding up the data of all the years together. So what do you think? This chart is useful? Yep, everyone. So this chart is useful and very, very useful, right? This chart is something we use for the purpose of seasonality, right? This is a chart we use for the purpose of seasonality. Now, what is seasonality? Seasonality means something that repeats every year. Okay. So by looking at this chart, what can happen is I can actually tell, right? Like, you all would be knowing, right? The sale of cold drink is high in summers and low in winters. Correct? Sale of cold drink is high in summers and low in winters. So that is called as seasonality. That there will be a certain season when the sale of cold drink will go high and a certain season when the sale of cold drink will go down. So by looking at this chart, I can tell that, okay, every year during the month of March, right, during the month of September, right, November and December, the sales will be high, but during the month of Feb, the sales will be low, and then I will have a flat sales for 3 4 months. So that is what I can identify from here. Correct? So see, development of the chart is one thing. We also have to interpret. See, if you have to become a successful data analyst, data scientist, you all also have to come up with an ability to describe and explain the chart, like what that chart is showing, right? So that is why we will be putting a lot of focus on the understanding also of each and every chart. I hope this explains you what we have done, right? So you can play with this. If you select the month from below, it will show you the months of all the years. And if you select the month from here, this will aggregate the data. So aggregate means to summarize. So this is showing aggregate means January of all the years, February of all the years. Okay. All right. Now you all will see, right, in the data. Okay, in the data, what we have is we have a field of category. Okay. I would like to see how the sales were happening. I would like to see the time series of sales for all the three categories. So what do you think I can do? Can I track the category on the color? Like I'll show you. See, if you bring the category in the columns, you will see one line for furniture, one line for the office supplies, one for technology. Okay. If I remove it, it will be gone. So Kasturi, to change the color over here to green, you have to click on color. Click on color, and from here you can change the color. So whatsoever color you will select, the line color will change to that. Okay. Now similarly, right, if you bring the category into the rows, right? So you will see that the category is now split into three parts, right? Row wise, row 1, row 2, row 3. Okay. And if you bring the category into the color, you will see you will get three lines now. So please drag that on the color. Yes, for measures it will be automatically green and blue for dimensions. So Kasturi, please watch on my screen for a second. Okay. And just answer to me. What do you have in the columns? Order, what order date, right? The field that you would have dragged, order date. What do you have in the rows? Sales, right? Sum of sales. Okay. So when you right click on this order date, when you right click on the order date, from where have you selected the month? Have you selected the month, the above one or the below one? So if you will select the above month, it will be in blue. If you will select the below one, it will be green. If you can please present your screen.
Yeah, one second.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Month is in green, sales is in green, and I have selected from below itself. It is showing in blue.
Green,
And
green, so green, no? Select the above one.
yeah, then also it is showing it in blue.
So that's the line colors. So I was talking about the pills color. You see columns and rows?
You are talking about these two.
Yes, that is changing, na, blue and green. So my
Yes.
line, that is the line color. So,
Okay.
so that to change the line color, you have to click on colors.
So here, here you are telling. So if I want to change the line color, it will be in green, right?
This line color will remain blue only. This line color will be blue,
Okay.
right? So when I was, so can you please make me the presenter?
One second. Oh,
Okay.
so how? Sorry. How
The
can I?
first simply learn that you will see, right click on that and change role to presenter.
Yeah.
So this color, that I'm talking over here, this is the color we are talking about this. You see this is dimension is coming in blue color.
Yes.
This measure is coming in green color.
Yes.
So that same color I was referring to over here. So
Okay.
if you just
Yeah.
keep clicking on this right now, so if you right click on this over here, when you are selecting this month from above, this will change to blue color, this blue color.
Okay. Okay.
And if you select the month from below, so this will change into green color, this one.
Okay.
Yep, not the line. So line color if you're talking about, so if it is, you can change that by clicking on this color option. If you click on this color option, you can change to any color you want.
Acha, okay. So yeah. So you have made that in green, right? So that's the reason it is showing in different colors, right?
Hmm.
Green or orange, whatever.
Yeah, so whatever color you pick, that will change accordingly.
Okay. Okay. So I'm just confused. Like you are telling, even yesterday.
Right, so now what we do over here is, on this chart now, right? So in this, you pick up the field of category and put that on the color. So when you put the category on the color, you all will notice that, like we have three categories in the data, right? So if I show you the data, so there are three categories. So one line you will get for furniture, one line you will get for office supplies, and one line you will get for technology. Okay? You all see the same chart now, everyone? So now, if you come over here right now in this, see, let's remove the category from here. Let's remove the category. Okay? So see, to be a successful data analyst and to create a nice looking, the data and do the complete good data analysis, first, you all have to ensure that the data should be clear to you. right? If the data is not clear to you, if you don't understand the data at all, so you will never be able to make the right charts. Okay. So if I ask you all, right, in this data, so what do we mean by category, subcategory, and product name? So what do you understand from these three things? Category, subcategory, product name. So I want you all to have a minute. Perfect, right, Sachin? So that's a hierarchy. Okay, that means every product belongs to a subcategory, and every subcategory belongs to a category. Correct? Like when you go to Amazon. So if you have to buy a mobile phone, so what you will do, first of all, you will go in the category of electronics. In electronics, you will see multiple subcategories, right? In electronics, you will see mobiles, washing machines, televisions, etc. So if you have to buy a mobile phone, you will click on mobiles. The moment you click on mobiles, you will see all the product names that you have inside that. Correct? So that means every product will belong to one subcategory and one category, right? So now what we do over here is, so in this case, if I come back to this, previously I was using subcategory, I was using category. So now what I do is, let us bring the field of subcategory in this. Can you please drag the subcategory on the color? Just drag subcategory on the color. Okay. So the moment you bring subcategory on the color, you will all notice that you get too many lines in this. And that is happening because, the thing that is the reason that is happening is because we have 17 to 18 subcategories, right? We have 17 to 18 subcategories. So for each subcategory, you can notice for each subcategory, you can notice there is a separate line that we have. Okay, there is a separate line for each subcategory. But definitely this chart is not at all user friendly, right? A person cannot identify anything from here that how the sales are changing for a particular subcategory, and they can't even compare it, right? So what we do in this case over here is, okay, so what we do in this case over here is, we will be, using the concept of filters. So in Tableau, what we can do is we can apply the filters in this. So like for example, if you pick up the field of category, right? So put the category in the filters, right over here. All of you pick the category and put it in the filters. This is where you will see the filters pane. So please do it. Okay. Now over here, right, there are three categories in the data. So I say I only want to see the data of furniture. I will select furniture and I will say apply and OK. And you will all notice only the data of furniture subcategories is visible, not everything. Okay. If you right click on this filter that you have applied and you say show filter, the filter will come on your screen. See, now you can select from here only. If you want to see office supplies, select office supplies. If you want to select both, you can select both. So you can bring both the two things together over here. Okay. So Roshi, you have to right click on the category and say show filter. So this is where you will be able to see the filter will come on the right side. So now this filter that we have applied, you can actually play around with the look and feel also of this filter. So if you click on this little arrow, see on that filter, click on this little arrow, you can change it into a single value list, right? Single value list means you can select one value at a time, right? Try this. Click on the little arrow of this, and from here you will find the option of single value list, single value drop down. Okay, you can make a single value drop down. So in the drop down, what will happen is you will be able to select the value from the drop down in that case. Okay. So on this filter, you will see a small little arrow. So from there, you can select how you want to show it. So you can say single value list, right? So that comes like this. If you say single value drop down, you will be able to see it like this. Okay. So you have to right click on this. So you have to right click on this and you have to say show filter. Then that filter will come on the right hand side. Okay. So you have single value sliders, right? So please make sure you're clicking on this right category. So what I've done is, see, what we did was I had applied the filters. Correct, everyone? So we picked up the filter of category and dragged it in this. I said I wanted to see the data of furniture. Apply and OK. So it shows me the data of furniture only. Okay. Then you simply right click on this and you say show filter. This will come on the right hand side. You will be able to see the filter on the right hand side. Now the filter is on screen. So like, you would have seen something on the Amazon websites also you use that. You say filter section, you select something, the data gets filtered according to that. See, you have to relate all the things to your practical life. Then you will be able to make a connect. You say, I only want to see the products where the brand is, Adidas, Nike, and etc. etc. So only those brands are shown to you. So that is the same thing that we call as filtering. So the same thing gets applied over here. So if you click on the little arrow on the right side of this filter, you can change the look and feel, like how that filter should look like. So for the end user, because see, you are the developer, you are creating the report. Ultimately, there will be some people who will be using this report, right? So for them, you want that okay, they should get a single value list. So this is how it will look like. Okay. If you click on this little arrow, you can make it as multiple values drop down. Drop down is very space saving. See, if you you open the drop down, you select the value, you close it. So that is the benefit of drop down. No, so wildcard match is something where you write something, and whatever the matching words you will have, it will show those values to you, right? So in the wildcard match, if you will see the last option, wildcard match, in this what happen is, suppose if I write F, so any category that is having F inside it, you will get that, right? See, there are two categories which have F. One is furniture, another is office supplies. So the data of both those two categories are visible, right? So in the wildcard, you write something, and if there is something matching to that, it will show that. Right? So now if you want, right, if you want to put more than one filter, right, if you want to put more than one filter over here, you can do that also. You can put more than one filter also. Let's do one thing. Let's pick up the subcategory and put that also over here. So please drag and drop the subcategory also into the filters. Okay. Pick up the subcategory and you can say use all of them. Use all, apply and OK. So you will see the subcategories also added in the filters now. Okay. And if you say show filter, you will have the subcategory filter also on your screen. So if I select furniture, right, all the subcategories are visible. So if you want to see only specific subcategory, you can just select that one from here. So it's like two filters now. So you have to drag the subcategory, right? Pick up the field of subcategory, put it into the filters, okay? And say use all. Use all means you want to show all the subcategories right now in the data. Okay, use all means you have to show all the subcategories. Apply and OK. And then what you do is you have to right click on this and you have to say show filter. So when you say show filter, the filter will come on your screen. Exactly, Amol. So that is what my next question was that you have asked over here, right? So this is something, I want you all. Can you all have a look on these two filters and identify something which is not good or something should be changed, right? See, if you take a look on the filters right now, just take a look at the two filters. This is category filter, this is subcategory filters. So this is something we all have understood that this is a hierarchy, right? Category is at a higher level, then we have a subcategory. Okay. So don't you think that if I select office supplies, in this filter only the office supply subcategory should be visible, right? And if I select technology, only the technology subcategory should be visible. Right now, what is happening is it is showing me all the subcategories. Right now it is showing me all the subcategories. So the filters should be related. So if I select furniture, it should show me only the furniture subcategory. The filter should get filtered out, right? So exactly right. Subcategory should be dependent on category always. That is something that should be happening. So what we do over here is the reason that is not happening is, see, if you will click on the subcategory little arrow, okay, you will find the option of only relevant values. See, right now it is all values. All values means that this subcategory filter will show you all the subcategories. But when you say only relevant values, it gets connected to this now. So if you select office supplies, it will show the subcategory of office supplies. If you select technology, it will show the subcategory of technology. Right? So that is how these two filters are now connected to each other. So Kasturi, that is what the problem is. That is what we have resolved right now. right? So like by default, what is happening right now over here is, so this option was all values in this, right? So you have selected, like over here, you have selected something in this, right? And you select only one value over here. Now it is not matching, right? You have selected furniture over here and art over here. So in furniture category, there is no art. So that is why the chart goes blank, correct? So that is what we did was we said, okay, let me resolve this problem. Let's keep it as all. And if I make it only relevant values, so it will show me if you select furniture. So whatsoever you will select, it will always show you the chart over here. So wildcard is basically right where what happened is that you have to, like, you have a lot of things, right? You don't want to, you put a filter over here which is called as wildcard match. So what now happen over here is if I am saying I want to see anything that is having B, right? So B means that wildcard basically means any subcategory that is having B inside it that will be shown to you. See in which subcategory B is coming. Just take a look on this. In which it was bookcases and tables. So only those two are shown to you, right? If you write T in this, so there is tables is the only one which has the which has T in it. So only that subcategory is shown to you. So that is how this works. Okay, and I've just moved it up. So you can move this up and below, right? If your subcategory is coming up, you no worries. You can hold it and move it. So it's all drag and drop. So there is no coding, nothing, just the way we do the things manually, just like that. So just drag it up. So it goes up like this, below like this. Wherever you want to keep it, you can move it. Okay, done everyone? All sorted? No, no, no. So they are not, they will not act as a filter basically. So it is basically to just highlight. So like if you select on bookcases, it will highlight that for you. So whatever you are selecting, but it will not filter. Okay. So now if you will see over here, now the next part on the filters. If you will all see, right? So over here right now what is happening is that this filter is working only on this sheet. Okay, this filter is working only on this sheet. If I want that this filter whatsoever I have selected, if I've selected furniture, office supplies or technology, so whatsoever I have selected, if you want the same thing should get filtered on the sheet 1 also, right? I want that the filter should get applied over here as well. So if you want to do that, we can do that as well. Right? So if you right click on this category, see right click on this and you will get an option of apply to worksheets. You can always check that out. Right click on furniture and say apply to worksheets. And over here, you will all see 4 options coming up. Can you do that, everyone? Right click on category, apply to worksheets, and this is where you will see four options. Now over here, what I do is, if you see by default the option is only this worksheet. That means this filter is working only on this worksheet. But if you say selected worksheets means you can select that on which all sheets this filter should work. So if I'm saying sheet 2, it is definitely going to work because that is where it is applied. And I select sheet 1 also and I click on OK. Right? So now you will see this filter will be visible and applied on the sheet 1 as well. It is showing me the subcategories of furniture. If I select office supplies, it will show me office supplies. So the filter is working on the sheet 1 as well. So please try it. Yeah. And the sheet 1, you all will notice the filter gets visible over here as well. Right? The filter gets visible over here as well. And if you right click on this and you say show filter, so what will happen is you can change the filter from here also. See, you will be able to change the filter from here also. And anything you do over here will reflect on the sheet 2 as well. So on the sheet 2 also it gets reflected. Okay. Now similarly, that if you click on the category and you say apply to worksheets. See, right now we have clicked on the selected worksheets. Right, so in the selected worksheet, we selected sheet 1 and sheet 2. So that means if you will add any more sheets in this, so on that the filter will not be applied. What you can also do is, if you right click on this category and you say apply to worksheets and you say all using this data source, right? When you say all using this data source, that means that any chart that you will create from this data, right? Any chart that you will create from this data, over there, this filter of category will get applied. Okay. So any chart that you will create from this data, this filter will get applied on that sheet. So this is what we mean by all using this data source. So right click on the category, apply to worksheets, and you have to say all using this data source. Done everyone? Okay. So now what will happen is, see, before you add a new sheet, please do one thing. Click on all. Click on all so that all the three categories are selected. Right? Make sure all the three categories are selected. Then you have to add a new sheet. So Kaushik, what have you given on the first sheet? What is the chart that you given on the sheet 1? Okay. So on the sheet 2, right? On the sheet 2, Right click on the category. Do you have the category in the filters over here? So right on the category and say apply to worksheets, all using this data source. So when you will choose this option, you will see the filter coming on the sheet 1 also. Getting it? I mean, you are saying this over here. Are you saying this filter is not coming? That's option selection. So for that, right click on this and say show filter. So this is what we did. So right click and say show filter, then it will come. Okay. And so see, if you have to undo the whole process, so basically you have to click on, you can keep on clicking undo. Control Z will work, Control Z will work, right? And if you want to clear the sheet, if you want to clear the sheet in one go, this is the option that you have. Clear the sheet, right? And how we have related the category and subcategory is, like what we have done is, see, this is how we have done it. You click on the subcategory, right? Click on the little arrow of subcategory and say only relevant values. So that way you will be able to achieve it. Just say only relevant values. Clear? So Kaushik, now are you sorted? Anyone else? Now any other questions? So I would like to just take 2 minutes if any question that is unanswered. Yep, everyone. So Pankaj, so in sheet 3 we don't have anything, Kasturi, it's black. So Pankaj, pie chart is something we use to show the market share, right? We use this to show a market share, like, for example, you have the data of, say, cars sold by different brands. So, right, you would like to show that up, right? Like, for example, you would like to showcase, okay, that what percentage of cars were sold by Maruti, what percentage of cars were sold by Hyundai and Ford likewise. So, when you have to show a time series analysis, so for each different type of analysis, we have different kinds of charts and we have to pick up the right chart for them. Okay. So Kalpesh, can we apply? Yeah, you can apply the filter for each product also, but that will not make a lot of sense, because you have 1800 products. So you will have to just bring the field of product name also over here. You will just pick up the product name and you will bring it over here. Okay, and you will say use all. But I will actually show you a better use case that how the product can be used in the filter. So just stay with me. I'll just show you in the next chart that we discuss. We will be doing that over there. So Nancy, that is what I have been explaining, right? So this is what I told you, right? Line chart. Whenever you have to show the sales by time period, you have to use the line chart, right? So please do take these notes. That will help you out to remember these things. Okay. So Kaushik, I have another question. I just want to know different Excel sheet. Can you please tell me how to fit it in Tableu? I am getting. Can you please ask your question? I'll just unmute you. Oh, yes, please.
Hello.
Yeah, Kaushik.
Hello, audience, sir.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Sir, I have different activities. So they are already not the superstore data, that is different data. So they are already filter is already there in this data set.
Your voice is not clear. I'm not sure. Like, I think your mic is moving around.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, actually I have different data set. So can I share my screen and then I can then.
Can you please ask me a question? In this screen sharing process, what is happening is there is a lot of time that is going out. So if you just try to ask the question, I'll definitely help you out on that.
Mhm. No, not related means yeah, in the Excel the filter is already there. So this kind of data set, how can we take
In
into
the
the
you have a filter. You have a filter in the Excel.
yes, yes, already in the Excel.
So if suppose there is a filter in the Excel, right? Like this is the Excel file that you have, and
Hmm.
I have applied some filter in this. Okay. So
Yes.
it doesn't matter if you have any filter in the Excel because Tableu will still load the entire data. It doesn't consider any filter in the Excel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So means already in the filter is already in the Excel, but entire data set should be add in the table, right? When I Excel when
Yes.
I add that.
So you are see if you correct me if I'm right wrong. Can you see you have an Excel file, right? Sorry, Kaushik, I had to mute you. There was some background noise that was coming up consistently. So please answer me on the chat. So your question is you have an Excel file and in that you have some filters applied, correct? That is what the question is, right? So, and then you are asking that if you load this data in the Tableau, how that data comes, correct? So Tableau will bring the entire data. So it doesn't matter if you have any filter in the Excel. Tableau will bring the entire data, correct? Yep. Okay. So with this, what we will do is we will take the things forward. So before we do that, I think let's do one thing. Let's take a quick short break over here, right? So then let's take the things forward from there now. Okay, everyone? So you can all have a quick refreshment, have some tea, coffee, and then let's start from there. Okay, so here, so shall we start? Okay. See, now we have discussed which link are you referring to. So are you asking the public one? So this is where you can download that Tableu. This was the link that you're referring to. Oh. And it's a request to all of you, right? So please, be like if you miss any session, please go through the recording of that, the session that you have missed, because otherwise, you will miss all the linking points, right? So Tableau, you will see all the things will go kind of, link to one another. So it's advised, if you miss, so please watch the video so that you can make the complete context out of what we are learning. Okay. So now what we do over here is we will be now, coming up over here is we will be, creating this, the geographical analysis. So I would now like to understand that how the sales happened across the different states of, the United States, because we have the data of only one country with us, that is US. So what we will do right now over here is we pick up the field of country. So, whenever I told you, right, whenever you have a geographical data, so what happens in Tableau is you can create some interesting maps. Okay. And because, you have some geographical data, you will all actually see that in the fields plane, there is latitude and longitude that is generated. Okay. This was not there in the original data. It is just that the Tableau has generated this because there is some geographical data. Because, with the help of this lat and long, what Tableau does is Tableau creates the map for us. So let's see how that gets created. See, all of you, please pick up the field of country and you just have to drag it over here. And you will see a map will come up. So please try it, all of you now. Okay. You will all see the map comes up. We have only one country, United States, right? And this is where you can see lat and long is there. Okay. Now you can pick up the field of state. See, you have the state also and drop it over here again. And you will see all the states of US. So the chart comes at the state level. Okay, got it, everyone? So how we have made the map is, Ritura, so you have to just drag the, see, please watch on my screen, you have to drag the country over here and then you have to drag the state over here, right? So you will see this map will be created. So now what I would like to do over here in this case is, I want to understand that, okay, how the sales happen across the states, right? The different states, how the sales happen. So for that, what we will do is we will pick up the field of sales and put it on the sides. See, drag the sales on the sides. So country is there, you will be able to see it, Nancy, in the third column from the starting. Category, city, country. This is where you have the country. So the fields come category sorted by alphabetical order. So you should be able to find that out. Right? So if you drag the sales, right, what we have done is we have dragged the sales on the sides. Can anyone tell me what do you see in this chart now? Anyone who can explain this, right? What do we have? No, so basically, see, when I say interpretation, we are basically definitely sales by state. See, basically what we see is the size of the bubble has changed. Bigger bubble means higher sale, smaller bubble means lower sale, right? That is what we understand from here. Big bubble means high sale, small bubble means lower sale, right? And if you all will observe, some of the bubbles are barely visible, right? They are so small that you can't even see them, right? They are too small over here right now. So what you can do is you can click on the size and you can increase the size from here. So when you increase the size of the bubbles will increase and you will now see that the smaller ones are more visible now on this. So Nancy, I hope you are using this data set that is this, right? So that is sample superstore. This one, sample superstore is the file that we are using. So in which you have the orders data. So just to be on the same page. Okay. So now all of you, can you please drag the profit on the color? So Swarupa, you have to click on the size. Just click on the size to increase the size of the bubbles. So the size of the bubbles will increase proportionally. Bigger becomes more bigger, right? This becomes much bigger that way. So in that also, you have the country column. Even if you're using the sample superstore, this one, and this also we actually have the country column. Okay. So please drag the profit on the colors. So if I do that, see now you will notice the color of the bubble has changed, right? So darker the blue, higher the profit, darker the orange, lower the profit, right? So now I can observe two things on this chart. That bigger, I can see in California the sale was also high and the profit was also high, right? But if you see over here in this location, I can see that in Texas my sale was high, but my profit was very low. It was in fact a loss, right? Even after having a good amount of sale, but still my profits were not great. I ended up making a loss. Okay, this is clear to all of you? Ah, right. So if you see right now, see, if you all would have noticed the category is coming over here, right? Why is this category coming? Because we had applied that filter, that category to all data sources, right? So do not remove it. We will be using it actually, right? If you want to remove it, right, like the question being asked, you have to simply drag it out. If you will drag it out, the filter will be removed. But don't do that. We will use this out. So Supriya, to add the profit, what we have done is simply pick up the field of profit and put on the color. So Alex, you have a question? So Alex, probably you might would have applied some filter. right? If suppose we have applied some filter over here, so that way the data could be different in that case, right? So make sure that it is all. In the filter, use all. So that is what I'm using right now. Now everyone sorted over here. Do you all have the same chart? Okay, great. So please, all of you, now let's add a new sheet in this. Add a new worksheet. And now we are going to create a chart to show top 5 selling products. Right, so I have to show the top 5 selling products. Ravikiran, the question is not clear. Based on prepared data only, we can access this one. I mean, you're talking about the map. So whatever data you have in that data set, so using that, the map will be created. So the data that you will have, if you have the data of multiple countries, the map will come for multiple countries. If you have only one country, it will show the data for only one country. And yep, everyone, if you can all please, come on to this map. I would like to show you something as well. See, if you click on the map, you can apply some themes also. See, you can apply some background themes. See, if you click on the map option at the top, you can say background maps. You can make it dark, right? You can make it, like outdoors. So there are a lot of themes that are available. Click on the map, background maps, and that's it. Okay. So now, right, if you want to increase the size of the bubble, just, click on size and you can make the bubbles big and small. Now, please come to the sheet 4. So what we do over here right now is we are going to show the top 5 selling products. Okay, now what are the top 5 selling products? How do we do that? See, all of you pick up the field of product name. Pick up the field of product name. Put it in the columns. And you will say add all members. And then you pick up the field of sales. Put it over here. You should be able to see all the products, and the sales. Please make that chart. Okay. See, now, I have to showcase top 5 selling products. So what we do is, so that means I have to filter out the data, right? So that means, so I have to, so how many products do I have? See, you can see from here. I have 1850 products. As you see, 1850 marks. That means I have 1850 products. But I have to showcase only top 5, right? So that means I have to filter out all of the remaining data, right? So what we need to do over here right now is we have to apply a filter again. So you pick up the field of product name, and put it in the filters, right? Pick up the field of product name, put it in the filters, and over here you have to use the option of use all, you have to use the option of top. Click on the top and you will say top by field. So we have to showcase top 5 by sales. So we have to show top 5 products by sales. So you can see only top 5 products are visible. And a question, right? So to sort the data, see, you have to just click on this icon. Ascending, descending, likewise. Okay. So what we have done is, I just repeat the steps. So we have brought the field of product name and we have brought the sales, right? This is going to give you the chart and we have sorted in the descending order. Okay. Then you just pick up the field of product name, put it in the filters, and we have to show top 5. Top 5 by sales. Right? That will give you only top 5 products. Okay. So now you know what we will do is we will change the chart type. See, all of you please click on this option of show me. If you click on the option of show me over here, right? So what we will do over here is we will change this chart into a bubble chart. See the last chart that you see, the bubbles chart. So the chart will look like this. These are the top 5 selling products which I have shown in the form of a bubbles now. Okay. Yep. So you can see the worst 5 selling products as well. That is okay. Okay. Now, shall I move forward? Top 5 selling products and everyone, this is sorted. So Prakash, if you want to insert the sales inside the chart, see, although you see the product names are very long, you see the product names are already very long over here, right? So if you want to still show, you pick up the sales and put it on the label. So the numbers will come. But you see, because certain places the numbers might not be visible because the space is less. Right, because the space is less, so the numbers are just coming at 1 or 2 places. So this is the only thing that you can just keep a track of. Okay. So now there is going to be something very, very interesting and very important that I want to tell you right now, which is asked a lot in the interviews. Okay. See, I have 5 products over here. Okay, you can see all the 5 products. These are the top 5 selling products. Right, the top 5 selling products based on the sales. Okay. So can I say that each product will belong to some category? Yes, every product will be belonging to one category. Am I right in saying that? Okay. See, if I want to see the category, that to which category that product belongs to. So how can I show that category over here? I want to understand to which category that product belongs. So the user should be able to see that. Is there a way of doing that? Right, Ankit? Tooltip, label, perfect. Or probably what we can do is we can use color. Right now the product name is on the color. Every product is having a different color. Can I drag the category on the color? See, blue ones are of furniture. This is a product of furniture. This is of office supplies. This is of technology. Correct? So this is what we see over here. These two products are of technology. These two are of office supplies. This is of furniture. Make sense, everyone? Now what I do is on the category I say show filter. Right? So if I select only furniture, it gives me only one product. See, please don't do anything. Just watch on my screen for 2 minutes. It's just understanding you have to do now. Right? If I select office supplies, it gives me 3 products. If I select only office supplies, it gives me only 2 products. So what do you feel? This chart is correct or this chart is misleading? No. See, this chart is not correct. This is misleading. Why? Because the title says that we have to show top 5 selling products. But what I see right now is I see only 2 products. Correct? If I will see, if I will say all the 3 categories, then I see 5 products. But don't you all think that if I select only furniture, this chart should give me the top 5 products of furniture? If I select furniture, don't you think I should get top 5 charts of furniture? Right? So what is right now happening over here is there are 2 filters that are applied. One is the filter of category and one is the filter of top 5. So right now what is happening is that over here on this particular chart, when I am, this top 5 filter is already applied, right? This top 5 filter is already applied. But when I am changing the category, that filter is changing afterwards. So what I will do right now is I will just right click on this category filter and I will say add to context. So when you say add to context, that means every time, first of all, this filter will be applied and then this filter will be applied. Okay? First this filter will be applied, then this filter will be applied. So that way you will always get top 5 products. Okay, you will always get top 5 products. You just have to right click on this category and say add to context. Right? If I remove it, it goes wrong, and I say add to context, it goes correct. Okay. So when you add multiple filters, right, so each filter will work individually. It will apply that filter, then the another filter, then the another filter. So it's like each and every filter being individually applied, and whatever is not into context, it will, those filters will be applied in the last. You can do on that also, Gauri Shankar, but it will not give any difference right now in that. So if you do that, right, so now what is happening is, now it is saying whatever filter you are applying, so every filter has its own context now, right? So with respect to that context, so typically if you put this over here right now on this chart, it will give you the incorrect result. So because I want this filter should always be the first. So now it is saying this filter also is being applied independently, right? So you just remove this from here. You are saying that with respect to, then give me the top five products, right? So with respect to any category that I'm selecting, give me the top five products. See, see, add to context over here means that every filter works independently, correct? Add to context means that we are saying that every filter works independently. Now, if you see over here right now, nothing is in context, right? So nothing is in context right now. Okay, the both the filters are not in context. So what is happening is there are two filters. So now please answer this to me over here. There are two filters on this. When I am changing the filter over here, which filter is getting applied first and then which filter is getting applied second? Let's try to answer this way. Which filter is getting applied first and which is getting applied second? So Tariq, there is no hierarchy in this. Right now there is no hierarchy in this. This is the simple application. No, it's not that way. First of all, this filter is getting applied. The first filter that is getting applied is that is product name. And then the category filter is being applied. Right? So first of all, the top five filter is getting applied and then the category filter is getting applied. Why? Why do I say so? It's quite obvious now because see, I am changing the filter from here. This is what I am changing. So this is what I am doing afterwards. Over here, I have mentioned that these are the two filters that I have. But what I am changing over here is this. So when I am changing the filter, that means this is the second filter because this is what I am changing right now. Make sense? So what is happening right now is what it is doing. It says, okay, I know what are the top five products. Now Tableu is saying that I know what are the top five products. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you are applying some filters and changing the categories. So okay, if you select furniture, I will show only one product that belongs to furniture. If you will select technology, I will show the two products that belong to technology. Right? So that is how it is working right now. That the top filter is applied already. But that is the reason what we are doing is we are saying let's put the category into context. So when you put that category into context, now that means this filter will always take the, get applied first and then this filter will be applied of product name. So although I am changing it from here later on. So first of all, Tableu is applying the filter of furniture and office supplies and then from that it is giving me the top five products. Make sense? Yep, everyone. So it is applying the filter of furniture and office supplies, and from that it is giving me the top five products. Okay. So Alex, you have some questions. So where do you want the help now? Uh, See, top five filter, how we have applied is, I will show you. See, we have all the products. So you pick up the product name and put that product name into the filters. And from here, you will see the top by field and you have to say by top 5 over here. You have to say by field, and that's it. Okay. Uh, yeah. Yes, Shivani. So if you apply add to context to the filter, it gets applied first. Correct. Correct. So with that, we have not applied the product first. So basically, when we are adding this to context, so what is happening in that case is we are making sure that the category is first applied. Okay. I hope you're clear, everyone. Anyone still having any doubts or questions in the mind? So Roshi, you will have to. I have shown that. See, by default, the filter doesn't come on the right side. You have to just right click on that and you have to say show filter. So when you do that, the filter will come on the right side. If I uncheck this, see, this will go away. But if I want to bring it back, I will say show filter, it will come. Right? Perfect. See, so Vidya, see, I'll just unmute. Okay, so let's try to have a conversation so that it gets clear to you. Okay, yeah. Now please ask the question.
Yeah. Like I'm just confused. Like we have two filters. One is category and one is product name. So in these two filters, how come it is choosing that product name as first filter and then it is applying the category?
So see, it's not doing anything. So what is happening right now is this is what we have as a two filter right now. Okay.
Okay.
Both these two filters are not linked to each other. These two filters
Okay.
are not linked to each other. What
Okay.
is what is the job of category? The job of category is to show the data of the category that you have selected.
Yeah.
Correct?
Okay.
The job of this top 5 product is to give you the top 5 products.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So when I have applied these two filters now, right? So
Okay.
both these two filters, both the filters, they are hitting the complete data. They are hitting the complete data that you have.
Okay.
So the complete data that you have, if you will select category, so
Okay.
this category will filter out the small set of data which belong to that category.
Okay.
And when you are applying the top 5 filter, what that will do, it will pick out the top 5.
Only the top five. Yeah.
It will pick out the top 5 products from there.
Mm.
So now, when these two filters are getting combined, so
Okay.
what is happening right now is, so whatever the top 5
What?
products are,
Okay, okay. So it's making a set. Basically, a subset is created for both the category, both the filters. In that, it is selecting. So if there is a link between these two, so it will be like more precise. Okay.
so what that is what we are saying is, we want to make sure that, okay, whenever we are changing the category, so make sure first you select the category data, and from that data you give
Okay.
me the top 5 products.
Product. Okay. Okay. Now I'm fine. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
I think you unmuted me. I think I'm not in mute.
No, you are you're unmute right now. I'll just mute you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. So right, Amol, so when you put something into context, the color changes to gray. Absolutely right. Right? So the color changes to gray in that case. That this filter is in context right now. Okay. Shall I move forward? So now let's add another sheet in this. See, now we are going to talk about, we are going to create a chart where we talk about the scatter plot. So just a second, I think, Pankaj, can you repeat the last step, top 5 from, so Pankaj, this is what you have to do, right click on the category and you will get an option of add to context. Have you done that? Right click on category and you will get an option of add to context. So that's it, it is done. So if you will now change the filter of for category, it will always give you the top 5 from that category. Right? So let me just plug in the charger just a second now. Okay. Yes, Kasturi. So when you are selecting more than one category, it is showing based on the two categories. Correct. So Tariq, see, remember from yesterday's session, right? What I told you, columns and rows, they act like X and Y axis. Remember? Column act like X axis, row act like Y axis, right? On this chart, I don't have any X and Y axis. Correct? So now we will move forward and we are going to talk about the next chart that could be the scatter plot. So the story there might be 3 of the top 5. I didn't get a question. Can you please, I'll just unmute you. You can ask a question. Yes, Kasturi.
My question is, so if you are selecting multiple categories, suppose we are selecting two categories at a stretch, so it is showing overall, suppose in these two categories, if there are three top 5, so it is showing only 3, right?
So how can we have 3 top 5? Top 5 will be top
One
5
second. One second. Suppose in furniture, if we are having like one from the top 5 list, so it is showing when combined with the other category.
It's simple. It's simple. See, wait a second. You are thinking too much on that. It's quite simple stuff, right? So you have product, every product that you have, right? All the products that you have. So what we are doing over here is that based on the sales, what Tableu is doing, if suppose you have 100 products, right? If you have 100 products, every product will belong to some category,
Yes.
right? So Tableu is just finding the sale of every product,
Okay.
and then the products which have the highest sales, it is just showing those top 5 in the chart. Simple. So if you select category A and B, right, the data gets filtered. So now, for example, there were total 100 products, and now ranking of those 100 products is done, right? So now what will happen is, if suppose you have selected the category A, right? There are 2 categories. Suppose category A, category B, and let's say 3 categories. There are 3 categories.
Okay.
Out of those 100 products, I'm saying 50 products belong to this category A, 25 products belong to this, 25 products belong to this.
Okay.
Right? So if you select only category C, if in the filter you have selected only category C,
Okay.
so it will give you the top 5 products from here.
Yes.
if you have selected the category B and C, you have 50 products.
Yes.
So can I find the top 5 products from here?
Yes.
So that's it. That is what the filter is doing.
So it is showing overall 10, right? Then if you are
Not 10. See, that is I am showing. That is the two questions that I gave. So if you will select only the filter of, if you select only the filter of A, if you select, suppose you select only the filter C,
okay.
right? So you have selected only the filter C. So in this case, can I find the top 5 products from here?
Yes.
Okay, so I will get the 5 products.
Yes.
I delete this. Now I select category B and C.
Okay.
How many total products?
50 products.
Total 50 products. For
Yes.
each product, can I find the sale?
Yes.
So out of that, can I find the top 5 then?
Yes.
So that is what will come in that.
So yeah, one second. In this case, oh, in these 50, it is showing 5 or
Only
combined.
5. Only 5. Total 5.
Okay, combinedly. So B and C combined, there are 50 products. On these 50 products, it is showing top 5.
Correct.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
So now we are going to talk about a scatter plot chart. See, scatter plot is a very interesting chart now, right? Scatter plot, this is a chart. This is used to see the relation between two variables, right? This is something we use to show the relation between two variables. Okay, and when I say two variables, I would rather use the word as two numeric variables, right? This is scatter plot is something we use to show the relationship between two numeric variables, right? Like sales and profit, right? Like the relationship between salary and expense. Okay, like salary and experience, see, right? And savings and spent. So now this is what we're talking over here right now. Okay, so if I ask you, what is the relationship between sales and profit? If I will increase my sales, will my profit increase or decrease? Right? So answer this. If my sales increase, will the profit increase or decrease? So see, I am asking a general question. So you don't have to see, we don't have any data right now. It's a very contextual, the general question that I'm asking, right? So definitely, if the sales will increase, the profit will increase, right? If your salary will increase, right? So your expenses will increase or decrease, right? Increase. If the salary increase, expenses increase, right? Salary and experience, right? Like if you have more experience, will your salary increase or decrease? Increase, right? So now over here, out of sales and similarly, if I talk about savings and spend, if I increase my saving, right? If I increase my saving, will my spend decrease or increase? Decrease, right? It will decrease, right? Because if I will increase my saving, so my spending will, I have to decrease my spending now. Then only I will be able to increase my spending. Correct? So now if I talk about sales and profit, okay, if I talk about sales and profit, so what is dependent on what? Is my sales dependent on profit or my profit dependent on sales? Okay. See, profit is dependent on sales. Correct? Profit is dependent on sales. Right? So if you will have more sales, then only the profit will change, right? Similarly, if I talk about salary and expense, so what is dependent on what? Right? If I talk about salary and expense, right? So my expense is, expense is dependent on salary. If my salary will increase, then only my expenses can increase, right? If I will increase the expense, my salary will not increase. So why I am talking about this, all these things is, because when we make a scatter plot, we actually try to find out which is dependent and which is independent. See, you all would have studied this equation, y equal to mx plus c. Can you all recall this equation, y equal to mx plus c? Right? In your school days, you would have studied it. What used to be y? Y used to be dependent and x independent. Okay? So what we do is we always keep the dependent variable on the y-axis and independent variable on the x-axis. So we will create a chart to show the sales versus profit. I want to show the sales versus profit for customers, right? For all the customers, how was the sales and profit that was given? Okay. So what I do is sales. Please watch on my screen. Do not do anything, right? So the best way to make the best of these Tableau sessions is you would have realized first I explain, then I give you the time to do by yourself. Do not mix the things. You will always miss out the things, right? So what I do is I make the chart. See, I have sales and profit. Okay. So out of sales and profit, what should go on the columns? Sales or profit? Sales, right? Sales should go on the columns. Why? Because we discussed column is like x-axis, row is like y-axis. So I will bring the profit on the rows. Okay. So I have dragged the sales in the columns and profit in the rows. So please, all of you do it. Okay, done. Right? See, you all will get one single bubble, right? You get only one single bubble over here. Why? The reason for that is simple, because it is giving me the total sales and the total profit. Okay, this chart is giving me the total sales and the total profit. So that is what I can see over here right now. Okay, because both are measures, so I get the sum of sales and sum of profit. But what I have to do right now is I have to show these sales and profit for each customer. So what you do is pick up the field of customer name and put it in the detail, drop it on the detail. See, detail is when you want to see the information in a lot more detail by any variable. So pick up the field of customer name and put in the detail. Yes, Ankit, so customer ID should be, the better field because many customers can have the same name, right? Right now, I just done it because I wanted to show you something, so we can use the customer name. And if you want, you can remove this from here. You want to bring customer ID, you can do that also, right? So you can see, you can check that thing from here, 792 marks, right? When you bring the customer name, you get 792, so they both are same right now in this case of data. So Mithilesh, which part do you want me to repeat? filters, right? So please, so I have a filter of technology, so I get now. Okay, right, Paneet? So you were having all the three categories. My one was filtered out. So Shivani, can you please check your filter? So are you talking about this particular value? If you have any filtered applied, so you can check that out once over here. So Ankit, let me just check. So I bring the customer ID over here. So it's 793 only. So I'm using both of them. It gives same to me. See, I'm not denying your point, right? So you're absolutely right. So basically, what happened is that IDs are always unique for every customer, and the names can be same, right? So because this was an example that I wanted to show you, so that is why I'm using customer name in this. No, so basically what happens now is, Amol, because you have already put it that in the context over here, so everywhere it will by default come in the context only. You will not have to do anything, it will automatically come in the context. Okay? So do you all have this chart now? So now on this chart, see what is the interpretation? See, we have the interpretation as that I can see from here as the sales is increasing, the profit is also increasing for the customers. But yes, there are some bunch of customers for whom what I can see over here is there were losses that were made. There were some losses that were there. Okay. So there was also a selection part. Just select like this. That was it. Click on this and just hover here, it will select that much portion. Right. So now see in the scatter plot, what you can do is you can change the shape also if you want. If you click on the shape, you can change the shape to bubbles like this. Right, the shape can be changed into bubbles like this over here if you want. So you click on the shape, you can make it square, right? You can make it star. So whatever you want, you can change the shapes also over here. Please try it, all of you. Okay. So now once we have made all these 5 charts, So what we do now over here is we are going to create a dashboard. Okay. So what is a dashboard now? Dashboard is, where we bring all the charts on one single screen, right? So we will bring all the charts onto one single screen, and that is what we are going to explore now. We will be creating a complete dashboard over here. So how we do that? See, all of you, please click on this icon over here. You all will see this icon. The second icon after the sheet. You all see it? Just click on this and a dashboard will be added. So please all of you do this. Done? Okay, Prabha. So now please do not do anything on your screen now. Watch my screen only, right? See, this is where what we have to do is on the left hand side. Now you will not find any dimensions and measures, but what you will find is you will find the sheets. So what I do right now over here is if I pick up the sheet one, if I drag the sheet one over here, you will see the chart will come over here, right? So I have dragged the sheet one, and I can see this chart comes over here. Simple drag and drop. Okay. The main catch is when you drag the second sheet. See, when you bring the second sheet, you do not drop it. Keep hovering. You see, wherever you will see the gray area, that is where the chart will be placed. So if I place it below, the chart will come over here, right? So like this. So now you have chart 1, chart 2. So now please all of you try this. Sure, I'll do it. See, what I do is you drag the sheet 1, right? And when you bring the second sheet, keep the mouse clicked and just hover on it. And this is where you drag it over here. So when you drag it over here, then you will see the second chart comes on this. Okay? Clear everyone? Then similarly, you bring the third chart, right? Right now you might feel the space is too less, right? So if you feel the space is less, no worries. See, you have to click on the size over here. You have to click on the size. So when you will click on the size over here and you make it entire view, just make this to size and make it automatic. See, in the automatic, it will automatically adjust according to your screen, the screen size. Okay. Then what you do is you can bring the third chart and you can place it over here, right? You can bring the fourth chart, you can place it like this over here, and you will see all the 4 charts will come on one single screen. So the size of the chart is changed by this, right? You have to change, click on the size over here, click on the size and change it to automatic. change this to automatic. This will take the entire screen space. Okay. So Rituraj, if you will see size option, right? So by default it comes like this, right? So you have to click over here on this, fix size and make it automatic. It will come up. So how I have placed the other two chart is, see, drag the sheet 3, slowly bring it over here. You see gray area. If I leave it over here, the chart will come in this. If I leave it over here, the chart will come over here. I if I leave it over here, the chart will come over here like this, right? So same way you bring the sheet 4. So gray area tells you where the chart will come. Make sense now, everyone? Yes, Shiny. So Tableau is making for making charts and finally getting the dashboard. See, technically, these are the end products that we create, right? These are the end products that we create that is shared with the end user so that they can have a complete understanding about their business. Okay? Right? So this is where, please all of you save this work, click on file and say save to Tableau public. Okay, please save this file because this is where we are going to continue tomorrow. So this is 22 March, Superstore. Right, so please save this. Yes, we can do a lot of stuff on the dashboard, so that I will be covering up, right? So we can apply the background colors. We will be talking about some formatting in the context, how we apply the borders, how we put up the titles. So there is a lot of stuff that is still we will be discussing on the dashboard. So that is why I save this work over here, and that is how we take up this work tomorrow. Okay. So you have to how to save the file, click on file and say save to Tableau public. Right? So it will ask for your login ID and password, the account that we created yesterday. Okay. So with that, log into it and save it. You will be all set. Correct? So begins the projects, I will be taking it up tomorrow. Right? So tomorrow, because now what we have done is we have done a good amount of work in Tableau. So tomorrow I will tell you how to work and what to do in the Tableau in the projects. But before that, I want you all to work on a practice assignment, right? So if you will all see over here on that Google Drive, right? The Google Drive link that was shared. Right, so over here, I want you all to work on one of the assignments, and that assignment would be this. See, Brazilian 2. This is the assignment that you all have to work on. This is the assignment, right? So this is where you all have to work, and the data for this is over here, right? The data is account, copy of. I'm just uploading the data. Just give me a second. I think someone has deleted the data from here. Just give me a moment. I'll be just uploading this data. See, the data will be by the name of this. If I tell you, data will be by the name of this copy of two data D Brazil. See, I'm just uploading it up. Give me 1 second, all of you. Okay. Yep. So just give me a second. See, this is what I loaded the data as copy of this two data D Brazil. So here it is. You will find it. So here is the data, right? This is the data, and this is the assignment. So please, all of you work on this, and we can discuss this tomorrow. Great, everyone. Okay. Sure. So this is where we'll take a pause. So let's meet tomorrow. So please do practice, right? Do not miss the sessions, and yep, keep learning, keep enjoying. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. So recordings you will find all on the LMS, right? In the LMS you will find the class recording. All right. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Please do share the feedback once the session is done. The link will auto-populate on the default browser. Thank you so much.